Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and with a brand new season, not only comes a brand new hero, but also new opportunities to change a bunch of heroes. So let's spin the wheel to find out which hero gets nerfed. Oh no. Well, with 18 total hero changes, I'm sure somebody's gonna end up happy at the end of this video, and it's probably gonna be me because they managed to also nerf Hanzo. Now, while we are gonna be looking at the hero changes, if you're actually wondering how the new hero Illari plays, I did post a video earlier today where I showcased their whole entire hero kit that I will include at the very end of the video for you guys to click on. But we have 18 hero changes to go through. First, let's start off with the tank changes. D.Va's going to be receiving a slight buff to her boosters where they're going to be reducing the cooldown by 0.5 seconds, decreasing it from 4 seconds to 3.5 seconds. However, they are going to be granting her an immunity buff whenever she ejects out of her mech for only 0.4 seconds, so not a lot of noticeable time there. Doomfist mains rejoice because your Seismic Slam cooldown is getting reduced from 7 seconds to 6 seconds. However, the big buff here is that there is now a reduced damage for stuck projectiles, aka Cole Cassidy's Magnet Grenade. Orisa's damage fall-off range is increasing very slightly from 15 meters to 20 meters, but her Fortify health bonus is getting a massive buff. Where previously she got an additional 75 health, now she's getting an additional 125 health, an increase of 50 health points. Ramattra's buff is similar to Doomfist, where if he blocks with his Nemesis form or while he's ulting with Annihilation, it now reduces the damage from stuck projectiles, aka Cassidy's Magnet Grenade. However, he is getting a slight nerf to his ultimate cost where they're increasing it by 12%. Sigma's change, I'm gonna admit, is a little bit confusing because it's just a general change to his base movement ground deceleration. It's now increased to match the standard hero's movement.
Hey.
Winston's Tesla Cannon overall got a nerf, but it's both a buff and a nerf that complement each other, where the secondary fire charge time got reduced by 0.2 seconds, but the recovery time increased by 0.25 seconds. So it's basically just adding 0.05 seconds to his secondary fire. We made it to DPS where Bastion got a whole laundry list of changes. First and foremost, his tactical grenade maximum explosion damage fall-off got reduced from 70% to now 50%. The detonation time to his grenade got a little bit quicker because it got reduced by 0.15 seconds. The recoil after you shoot his grenade now recovers a lot quicker. The size of his overall grenade increased from 0.2 to 0.25, which is very hard to compare in this gameplay. However, the impact damage from his grenade is very noticeable, where it increased from 15 overall damage to now 30 damage whenever you impact an enemy. The reload time whenever he's in his recon form or his normal Bastion state got a little bit faster because they reduced the time to reload by 0.3 seconds. But when you transform into Bastion's assault form, aka his turret form, it will now grant you an additional 50 armor health that will stay permanently even after you transform back into your recon form. And the final Bastion buff to try to make him just a little bit better is the targeting state whenever you're ulting with him. It now moves a little bit faster because the speed increased from 20 meters per second to 25 meters per second. On to Cole Cassidy, where the base health to our favorite cowboy increased from 200 health to 225 health. I'm gonna be honest, it always seems like Widowmaker and Cassidy's health is always changing every other patch. But the Peacekeeper damage falloff got a huge nerf, where they rescaled the damage falloff from 25 to 45 meters to now 25 to 35 meters. In other words, if you stand at like 40 meters, it takes way more bullets to shoot the enemy because you are at the max falloff range, and his Magnet Grenade got a huge nerf where now there's a max travel time of 1.5 seconds. Previously, you were able to throw the grenade for however long you want, and as long as it's stuck an enemy or the ground, it wouldn't explode, but now it'll explode mid-air if it doesn't stick to anyone in that 1.5 second range. Oh yeah, and one last nerf that Doomfist mains are really gonna like, the slow amount got reduced from 30% to now 25%. So not the worst nerf, but on top of all these nerfs, yeah, Cassidy's gonna have a rough time. But after years of waiting for a meaningful nerf to Hanzo, we have finally got it, because no longer will the arrow drop progression be reserved after you climb a wall, which means once Hanzo pokes his stupid little head out of the wall, he has to redraw his bow, which means you can finally run away and hide behind the corner. Sombra got a very specific nerf to her EMP where she can no longer EMP Lifeweaver's Tree of Life, and I guess that's good, but I wish her EMP wouldn't be able to destroy a lot of other ultimates, specifically May's Snowball ultimate, which she still can EMP, but the ultimate cost now increased by 15%, so I guess we will start to see less EMPs destroying our ultimates. Soldier 76 got 2 nerfs where the damage to his Helix rocket decreased from 90 damage to now 80 damage, and his ultimate costs a lot more, now increasing it by 10%. Torbjorn got some helpful changes, but some very odd changes. First and foremost, the weapon swap time got reduced by 0.1 second. Previously it was 0.5, now it's 0.4. The recovery time for his primary weapon decreased from 0.55 seconds to 0.48, so a decrease of 0.07 seconds. And the swing recovery time got reduced from 0.75 seconds to 0.6 seconds, which means you can start banging enemies a lot faster. Pause. We made it to supports. Now, Ana might be getting the mythic skin, but she's also getting a nerf where they're decreasing the overall damage and health from 75 to 70. And it's really not that noticeable when you do damage on a squishy, but it's noticeable on Cassidy because if you remember, his health increased from 200 to 225. So now it takes 4 shots instead of 3. And the unscoped projectile size increase from 0 to 0.1, I guess. Brigitte's nerf is a lot easier to show where they reduced the berry shield health from 300 to 225, and her rally ultimate now costs a little bit more, getting increased by 6%. Kiriko got a good amount of changes, 3 of which are to her protection Zuzu. So first of all, they just completely remove the knockback effect after you throw it at an enemy. They also reduced the overall healing from 50 total healing to now 40 healing. But now her cleanse grenade has a massive buff where if you use your cleanse grenade on an ally that has a negative effect, whether it's a Zenyatta Discord Orb or an Ana anti-grenade or Ivia's new ultimate, it will now heal them for an additional 30 health. But the other changes are to her kunai, where the overall damage got increased from 40 to 45, but the recovery time in between throwing kunais got reduced by 0.05 seconds, and the critical damage multiplier, like the headshot damage, got decreased from 3 to 2.5 times. Overall, these changes kind of cancel each other out, and it gives less of an emphasis on headshots and more just on overall damage. There's 3 things in life that's guaranteed: death, taxes, and Lifeweaver changes. And Season 6 brings a whole laundry list of them where they're reducing Lifeweaver's health from 200 to 175. However, they are now giving his health pool a 50 shield. His Thorn Volley spread also got reduced for one of the 2 Thorn Volley projectiles fired per shot by 25%. That was a very confusing change. The Rejuvenating Dash healing increased by 25 points. Previously it was 25, now it's 50. Your ability to move as Lifeweaver whenever you life grip an ally now increased from 0.45 seconds to 0.75 seconds. The biggest buff out of all these changes has got to be for his Tree of Life, where 50% of the Tree of Life's overhealing is now gonna be over health, and it's up to 100 maximum over health. So previously you would just get health, now you not only get health, but if you reach the max health, you also get an additional 100 hit points. And if you want to count Sombra's nerf, his Tree of Life no longer can be EMP, so he got 2 buffs to his Tree of Life. Reddit Lucio's, you no longer have an excuse to not heal your team with Amp It Up because he got a massive buff to his Crossfade. After you switch to self-healing and you amp it up, there is no longer a self-healing penalty. They reduced it from 60% to 0%. And the final change is to Mercy. Hold on, I gotta back away so I can protect myself from all the Mercy gods. Okay. Her secondary fire damage boost got reduced from 30% to 25%. And no, they did not fix the Guardian Angel bug or change. I don't know if it's a bug or a change or a nerf. I don't know, but they didn't fix it. But hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, those are all of the hero changes coming into Season 6. And if you want to look at my new hero video where I showcase all of her abilities, then go check that video out. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.